Hello, 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 hello. What's going on, people? This is Roger Franklin. This is my first live YouTube stream, giving us a shot to kind of see how it goes. I'm kind of getting a kick out of this so far. Hopefully, you know, I'll post a link up to this, and y'all can come and check it out and give your opinions, particularly my sports people. If y'all got your own opinions as far as who y'all think are gonna do good this weekend in the games, just hit me up, let me know what's up, and we'll get to debating, we'll get to talking, but we'll have fun. That's the important thing. First and foremost, I want to focus on the slate for the night, the basketball. There are 9 games. Usually, the best the best fantasy scores come anywhere from like 7 to 10 games. 9 games is a pretty good slate. You won't see scores as crazy as say with some of the 10 gamers, like a couple of the last 10 game slates. Like the last time there was a 10 game slate, somebody won with like 420 points. Last night, somebody won a slate with 400. So the more games, the more players, the more opportunities for guys to go off and get points. So I did good last night. I had a team put up 338 in DraftKings. I had a team put up 342 in FanDuel. So those are like two of my best scores. I think those are my two best scores I've ever done. So hopefully I can keep building off of that. I'm slowly getting the hang of this new age fantasy daily fantasy play. And, trying to get a little money on the side while I'm doing it, but having fun. That's the ultimate goal of it. So that being said, let's get to it. There's a 9 game slate tonight. I expect a lot of. I expect a little more. I expect about the same amount of offense. There was good offense last night. There's gonna be some more offense tonight. Give y'all some of my picks that I feel like are gonna go off tonight. First and foremost, I think this will be. I think this is a good night if you want to try to pull a game stack. If you're playing tonight and you want to just wait to the late games, learn this new kind of term, like the hammer games. Hammer games mean those are games you usually see at night. Those are your usual West Coast games. West Coast games usually have the faster pace. Excuse the changing, knocking some sounds off. I don't want stuff to go off while I'm trying to talk to y'all. But anyway, hammer games you usually see. West Coast games, late games. West Coast teams usually play at a faster pace than East Coast teams. So you're usually going to see more scoring, which in turn can lead to rebounds and steals and assists and blocks. Because faster paced game, you're going to see more opportunities to try to score, and that leads to more defensive stats as well. So you're looking at the my pick. If you're gonna game stack, they're 2 late games. Miami and the LA Clippers are at 10:30. But I think the game, if you want to stack a late night, if you want to pull a hammer game, that's gonna be Minnesota and Portland at 10 o'clock. Portland's the home team. They're both high paced teams. So they're both good paced teams. I think Minnesota's top 5. Portland, I think, is top 10 or so. So they both play at pretty decent pace. I might be wrong about Portland, but they tend to play at a good pace. So it's a pace up game for them. So I expect some offense. Picks a click from that game. You're looking at from Portland. You're looking at Damian Lillard, of course. He's at 10. He's a little over 10 grand on FanDuel. I think he's 10-1 FanDuel and DraftKings. If you want to go that route tonight, he's a good pick. If you want to, get a stud out there, he's probably like my top pick from the Minnesota Portland game. But if you also want to look at Portland, if CJ McCollum's back, definitely roll with him. But if not, that puts more of an emphasis on Damian Lillard. So if CJ McCollum does not play tonight, definitely roll with Damian Lillard. He's going to put up monster points tonight. Definitely roll with that. Also, if you're looking at this is a perfect game if you want a really good center tonight. You're looking at Yusuf Nurkic from Portland. You're looking at Karl-Anthony Towns from Minnesota. Since Minnesota made the Jimmy Butler trade, Karl-Anthony Towns has went off. I think he's averaging like at least close to 50 fantasy points his last 3 games. His last game, he put up 75 fantasy points. It's like 35 points, 12 rebounds, 6 blocks. I mean, he put up a stat line. I kind of had a feeling it was coming. But with that being said, those are good picks. If you want a value pick from that game, Look at Andrew Wiggins. He's 5,700 DraftKings. I believe he's 63, 6,400 on FanDuel. He's a good pick. Portland ranks in the lower end as far as defending his position. I guess he's on DraftKings. He's shooting guard and small forward eligible, but I think he's more of a small forward. Portland ranks lower tier as far as defending small forwards and giving up fantasy points. So he's a good pick. He's a good pick for the night. Also Robert Covington with Minnesota. He's a good pick as well if you want to go that route. Also with Minnesota, Jeff Teague and Derrick Rose, both point guards. Damian Lillard, as good as he is on the offense, ain't the best defensively. So if you want to roll with Jeff Teague and Derrick Rose in the point guard position in that game, do that. You do that as you will. Another value play is probably going to be El Farouq Aminu at the power forward spot. Minnesota's not the best at defending power forwards. He'd be a good play for you tonight. Also, now we go into the earlier games. If you want to look at some guys I'd want to lock in, Boston, Chicago. I see a blowout coming with that game because Boston's been on and as of late. I see a blowout coming, even though Chicago did beat OKC last night. Boston's been playing better basketball. So of course, you look at Kyrie, you look at Gordon Hayward, you look at Al Horford starting to play good ball. Definitely roll him if you want a cheaper center. He's 7,000 FanDuel. He's 66 DraftKings. He's a good pick for the night as well if you want to go that route. Also, a value pick be Marcus Morris at the power forward spot. I think he's like 53 to 55 between FanDuel and DraftKings. He's a good fantasy play. He gives you offense, which is what you want. He'll give you some rebounding. I think my picks to click from that game overall. You're looking at Kyrie, you're looking at Jason Tatum on the Boston side, Chicago side. In my opinion, you're looking at the two power forwards. You're looking at Marketing and you're looking at Wendell Carter Jr. as far as who I feel is gonna do the best as far as fantasy points. Don't leave out Zach LaVine. He's capable of 40 to 45 any given night. So look out for him as well. Also, if you're going down the list, Denver, Atlanta is a sneaky game stack if you want to go that route because it's a pace-up game for Denver. Atlanta's the highest-paced team in the league, but they're also one of the worst defensive teams in the league. So if you want to, I think my center pick of the night, if you want to go to the Denver-Atlanta game, is Nikola Jokic. He's on another level, and Atlanta really ain't seen nothing like him yet this year, even though Atlanta's in the East, and the East is full of good centers. Nikola Jokic is on another level. He could pull 50 to 60 tonight against Atlanta's defense and their undersized centers. He is my center pick of the entire night. Nikola Jokic against Atlanta. He's my center pick of the whole night. But at the same time, there are good picks in that game. You're looking at Jamal Murray. If you want value picks, if you want value picks, I think Paul Millsap's missing the night. I think Paul Millsap might miss the night too. If Paul Millsap misses the night, plug Trey Lyles in. He's under $4,000 FanDuel and DraftKings. He's a good value play for the night. Also at the 2, look out for Malik Beasley. My bad. He's Malik Beasley. He's a hustle guy. Hustle guys give you defense, and he can give you some scoring. He's a good value play on FanDuel. I think if you want to drop score, like low 20s or whatnot, he might. But he also might shock and get you 30. But he's a good value play, as well as Monte Morris. They're both good value plays for Denver. On the Atlanta side, you're looking at Trey. Of course, you're looking at Trey, but he's been struggling as of late. My pick to click from the Atlanta side is John Collins. Since he got back from his injury, he's been balling as of late. He's putting up like at least 30 every night. He is coming to his own. Trey finally has a legit good playmaker that he can roll with as far as getting the ball in the paint, getting his assist total up. John Collins is my pick to click for Atlanta tonight. Look out for him. Also, sprinkling a few other picks in there. You got the Houston-Dallas game. Last time Houston played Dallas, I think James Harden put up his 75 points. So if you want to give it a shot, go with James Harden tonight. Dallas, you're looking at Doncic, of course. Another guy to look at would be DeAndre Jordan or Clint Capella from the center spots. Definitely look at those two if you're looking for rebounds and if you're looking for points and rebounds. They're good picks for you as well. Throw a few more out there. Lakers got good plays tonight, even against Memphis. You got Braun, you got Kuzma. JaVale McGee's due for a breakout, especially against Memphis. He's way more athletic than Marc Gasol. He can take advantage of that matchup. Look out for that. But also, Marc Gasol is very good offensively if you want to go with that route on the Memphis side. Also, Mike Conley is a game time decision. He's probable. I think he's going to play. But if for some odd reason he does not play, look at Shelvin Mack. He's a good guy you can slip in there and give you a good 20 points or so. If you want to drop score, if you want your low score of the team, Shelvin Mack's a good guy to slip in there. Also, look out Kyle Anderson. He's a value pick. 45, I think 4,500 DraftKings, 52 so on FanDuel. He put up 50 points last night. He put up 50 points last night. So look out for Kyle Anderson as well. So if I had guys you want to lock in between studs and value tonight, I'm going to say. Oh, also I almost forgot. Brooklyn, New York is a good stat game as well. It's a pace up for New York, but they both love to shoot the rock. So that's a good pace up game tonight. If you're looking at Brooklyn and New York, from the Brooklyn side, you got D'Angelo Russell, you got Spencer Dinwiddie. You got Jared Allen. If you want defense from the Brooklyn side, New York, you're looking at Cantor at the center. Looking at Tim Hardaway. You're looking at Emmanuel Mudiay. Value pick from that game, if he gets minutes, is Alonzo Trier. Alonzo Trier from the Knicks. Also, Mario Hezonja. He's a good value play if they get the minutes. Because I don't know what the heck David Fizdale's doing with his rotations. But he's been rolling with the same rotation for a while. If Hezonja gets minutes, he can put up 30 for you. Those are good value plays as well. All in all, should be a good slate for the basketball. Now that I got the basketball out the way, kind of give you a little preview as far as football for tomorrow. Then tomorrow I'll come at you with a full-fledged video. I can tell you off the gate right now, if you're playing fantasy football and you're looking to go with Odell Beckham, I have FanDuel Scout. I get fantasy alerts as far as who's going to play, who's not going to play. He's already been rolled out for the game against Washington. So if you want to play any Giants receivers tomorrow against the Washington Redskins defense, which I might not I'd recommend. Well, you know what? It's fine against the pass defense. The run game, the run defense. I mean, Saquon Barkley can eat up a defense anyway, so he's definitely a good pick he's definitely a good pick. Now, as far as their pass defense, if you want to go with Giants receivers from that game, of course you're looking at Sterling Shepard. You're looking at Evan Ingram if he's playing, but definitely Sterling Shepard is definitely going to get a lot of those balls that Odell Beckham normally sees because he's already been ruled out. So Sterling Shepard is my kind of replacement pick as far as a big time guy missing from that game. There are other replacement guys that are out there. I think James Conner's gonna miss the game against Oakland. Jalen Samuels, 4,600 on FanDuel. He's gonna get those touches that James Conner would normally get. He's also, from what I've seen in the time he's played this year, he's also really good out the backfield catching the ball. So he could be a nice little flex play for you at 4,600 on FanDuel. Other guys to look at tomorrow from various positions. From quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger against Oakland. They have a sorry defense. He's projected to go 289. He could easily go 300 against Oakland. Phillip Rivers against Cincinnati at home. The way that offense has been clicking, Phillip Rivers can go off at any point in time. He'll be a good play for you against Cincinnati. Other guys you're looking at, Indianapolis and Houston, the Colts and the Texans. They have a few players on both sides. With the Colts, you got Andrew Luck, you got T.Y. Hilton. I think there's more on the Houston side with Deshaun Watson and DeAndre Hopkins. Lamar Miller has been playing really good as of late. Sneaky tight end play, 5,300 FanDuel will be Jordan Thomas with the Texans. He can get you around 3 to 5 catches, 30 to 50 yards, but more often than not, for some reason, he always slips up and gets a touchdown, puts you in the double digits at the tight end spot. 5,300, he's a good value play. Jordan Thomas with the Texans. Other wide receivers you want to look at: Atlanta, Green Bay. Look at Devontae Adams. You look at Julio Jones. They're both going against bad defenses. Both going against really bad defenses. You could play either one of them, and I think you'd be all right. Keenan Allen. If you're gonna play Phillip Rivers, stack Keenan Allen. I'm telling you, stack him. It's more than likely going to work tomorrow. Keenan, they have been on a roll. Their chemistry has been like top tier elite as of late. If you're going to play Phillip Rivers, more often than not, stack Keenan Allen on top of it. I'm telling you. I think that's a combination. That's going to work. So I'm putting it out there. Also, other good matchups. I'm looking at I'm trying to think of other games that are happening tomorrow. Aha. Offensive shootout of the day, what I think it's going to be New Orleans and Tampa Bay. So if there's ever a game you can game stack for tomorrow, New Orleans, Tampa. Drew Brees, Jameis Winston, Alvin Kamara, Mark Ingram, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Adam Humphries, Michael Thomas. I mean, you name it. Offense is going to be there in that game. Offense is definitely going to be there in that game. New Orleans, Tampa Bay. You can stack Drew Brees with Kamara or Thomas or Mark Ingram. You can pull a game stack with either team, and I think you'll be all right for tomorrow. So watch out for New Orleans and Tampa Bay being a high scoring, both teams hitting in the 30s. A lot of fantasy points to be had. So watch out for New Orleans and Tampa Bay. That's another good matchup as well. I think that's my matchup of the day. I think my tight end spot, I think Eric Ebron with the Colts looks like a good play because it'll attack Houston's defense up the middle. Ebron runs most of his routes in the middle. I mean, he's a tight end. That's what tight ends do. Ebron's a good play as well. If you want to pay up, if you really want to pay up, I mean, you're looking at Gronk against Miami. You're looking at Zach Ertz against Dallas. Zach Ertz. It doesn't matter how good Dallas is playing. Zach Ertz always finds a way to torture them. Zach Ertz might be a good play for you as well. If I could throw out some other value plays out there throughout the day. San Francisco, they're probably going to be down. Look out for Dante Pettis. He had 142 yards against Seattle, but they were getting their butts kicked. But with fantasy football, you're not worried about the team's wins or losses. You're worried about your players getting their stats. So Dante Pettis is a good value player. I believe he's 56, 55, 56. No, he's 53, I believe. FanDuel. Dante Pettis with the 49ers is a good pick if you want to go that route. Also, another good value play from that same game, Courtland Sutton with the Denver Broncos. Emmanuel Sanders is out for the year, it looks like, with an Achilles injury. Courtland Sutton immediately slides into that number one role. He's going to get a lot more looks. He's going to get a lot more targets. Courtland Sutton is a guy to look out for tomorrow as well. And another tight end if you want to look for value. Sneaky one is risky because Green Bay's done pretty good against tight ends. Watch out for Austin Hooper. He's been one of the more consistent offensive players Atlanta's had the past 3 to 4 weeks during their losing streak. So watch out for him to keep it going. And I think that's about it as far as, what I want to talk about as far as the basketball and the football this weekend. So with that being said, I'm going to conclude the live stream for the day. I hope y'all enjoy this when y'all see this. I hope y'all really enjoy this. It's the first time I'm doing it. I'm really excited about it. And with that being said, y'all have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy your basketball. Enjoy your football. All my fantasy people out there, y'all keep playing. Y'all keep winning. Y'all keep doing what y'all need to do. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up on my Facebook page. Or if you want to find me on YouTube, I got the link on my Facebook page. If you want to go to my YouTube and you want to hit me up with questions here as well, feel free. I'm open. I can give you advice as far as, one thing I've learned a lot playing fantasy sports. Like I said, I joined this community. I was in this community called a DFS Army. They're a really good community. But they show you a lot of different things. You learn, like when you look at FanDuel and you look at DraftKings, you see stuff like cash games, 50-50 games, double ups, triple ups, quintuple ups, stuff like that. And then your tournaments, your GPPs. GPP stands for Guaranteed Prize Pool. You have your players that are best for each side. I think 50-50 cash games, you're more than likely you're going to want to stack elite guys because elite guys, all you got to do in those is hit a cash line and you win. You don't necessarily have to hit first in cash game. You just want to hit that line to qualify and you win your money. GPPs, not so much. You want value. You want guy. You don't want to just throw your money out there for elite guys and then you have like 2 or 3 guys that don't put up anything and you don't win. You don't win any money. You don't qualify for anything. So with GPPs, you want to look for more value down the line. You want guys $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 in FanDuel DraftKings that can get you 30, 35 points. It's harder than cash games, believe you me. But if you kind of research, look at matchups, you can also come to me with questions because I keep track of it. Like I said, I have FanDuel Scout. I keep track of certain topics that are really, really important to research. With basketball, one of the most important things to look up at basketball if you're playing fantasy basketball, particularly in the DFS sites. Most important thing is usage rate. What I mean by usage rate is basically that player's involvement in the offense. If they got a usage rate in the 20s, they're about a cog, a port, and chances are they're going to touch the ball, they're going to get their stars. Also, look at the opposition. Look at who they're going against. I mean, look at what they've done against them last 2-3 times they played them. If they generally have success, they're not just going to up and stop them. Also, look at opposition ranks. Look at how they rank as far as what they do against certain positions. Like, I think the reason why I put Andrew Wiggins out as a good play, he's a shooter. Okay, all right, he's a 2. The reason why I put Andrew Wiggins out as a good play tonight, as a value play, Portland ranks 29th against opposing shooting guards as far as giving up fantasy points. So, and that's why I said Andrew Wiggins was a good play. You have to look at stuff. You have to research, because if you don't put the right amount of research in, you won't win, because you're going to stock on the players you love instead of the players you need and you have to have in order to contend, in order to win. Trust me. You give me a team full of $6,000 to $8,000 players that can give me 350 points, I will take that any day. I will take that any day, and any fantasy player with a brain will tell you the exact same thing. Football is really no different. You look at matchups. You have to look at matchups. Atlanta and Green Bay, they're both in the bottom half as far as pass defense. So, of course, you want to go with Julio Jones and Devontae Adams. And the quarterback, for that matter. I can see both of them going off tonight, even tomorrow, even though they've been struggling. Matt Ryan and Aaron Rodgers. They could be good plays for it if you want to go that route, because the defense they're going against aren't that great tomorrow. So you have to pay attention, and you have to look at these things. That's how you win in daily fantasy. That's how you win. That's how you make money. So I just wanted to get that out there as a tip of advice, to kind of help y'all in your quest to go win, make as much money as you can, have as much fun as you can. I'm going to conclude the live stream. This is my first time. I hope when you see it, you enjoy it. My name is Rodrell Franklin. I'm going to sign off. Y'all have a great evening. And I am most definitely out.